We still sure we want to do this?
I mean, we're here. Right?
Can we tell Jameson maybe like?
Yo.
Put it all. Just get rid of it all. Maybe?
Yo.
No,
we're doing it.
We're in it.
All right.
That's how it's gonna be. All right. Well, welcome here to our to John and Tom's Untitled Smite Show in quotes. Because that's gonna be the title, I assume.
It was underlined, not quoted.
That's fair. It's underlined, if you want to call it that. Underlined. We're gonna try and talk about all the cool stuff that's going down with Smite competitively here in the SPL, SCL, SML, all that stuff that we like, roster swaps, energy, maybe not looking the best, that sort of thing. So there's a lot that we're gonna cover. I gotta start though, Tom.
What's up?
With your ridiculous blue hat that you're wearing here today.
Oh, it's like a denim hat.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's like pants.
It feels like, it feels kind of like, hey, I'm like a conductor, but we're not going anywhere, sort of thing.
Choo choo.
Oh no, I'm responsible for that. It's like I don't know. We're on some kind of path, I suppose. But I mean, like, I don't know. It's been a busy week, right? SPL just got underway. We're right at the end of week 1. We knew coming into it was going to be a lot going on because North America, like, it was like a bomb went off or something, right? Like mid laners everywhere, swapping all around. Even Mask, announcing his retirement, stuff like that. So we knew a lot was going to be changing.
I was pretty upset about Mask leaving, honestly.
That's right. You eulogized him the other day. I was like, oh, is Mask gone?
No, man, that's marginally funny. But no, at the end of the day, I like, and in case you didn't know, I tend to over-romanticize things occasionally.
Yeah, a little bit.
But no, I legitimately, Mask was really cool to me because, so I started doing Smite stuff in like 2013, and I started doing official Smite stuff 2014 around launch tournament, right? And there was this group of players that had been playing Smite for like 2 years before me, and like, I mean, we're boys, but I was in the OG club. And then Mask was part of these people that like sort of came into competitive around the same time that I jumped in, and like it felt like my my class, so to speak.
Sure.
And he was like one of the first players outside of that original like Anister, Barracuda, Lobster, like the original OGs. That really I was like, damn, this guy's like as good as the older players. Like this is kind of we can swear.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts.
We're on the internet.
Yeah, it was kind of nuts. So like I was just mad impressed, and so Mask taking a step away was a piece of like that's it's like a member of my class graduating. It's kind of dope. So,
I get it. Yeah,
so yeah, I was a little more intense about it.
This is a side note. We were considering using desk mics for this, and just during that speech, all the reason why that should never be done.
Why?
You're like all on the table. Like,
well, I mean, it's different scenarios.
You're allowed to emphasize.
Well, if we had a desk mic, I would have been more like this.
Yeah, but we want you to be able to do that. I mean, that's you. We want you to be able to bang on the desk and all that.
I mean,
that's classic Tom. Wow, that's where we're at already. How much longer on this, Jameson? How much longer are we doing this? Get us out of here.
I wish we had a Jameson cam.
He would literally never allow it.
I'm gonna go
if
live
we could
on
set
Instagram.
it up on our own, we could have it, but we desperately need him. This is the getting on the camera. No, you led with Mask, so I'm okay with that. So I agree. Not just seeing him going as like a player that we love to watch as well, but what it means for Trifecta, right? Like where are they going to be going now in their jungle role? They had a rough start to the split anyway, and now they got to make their adjustments. This is the fall split. Are they really going to be able to get much done? I feel like now with that kind of change.
I mean, so that was the thing for me about Obey or fucking Trifecta. Sure. Was that.
Thom is insanely popular, by the way. Yeah? Yeah, you want to...
I muted it, okay.
Did you, though, because of how we heard it? I'm curious.
Well, I muted it after we heard it 4 times. I
fair.
figured one time was whatever, but
Hello.
They are...
By the way, if y'all are out there in chat, thank you very much. We appreciate it. I see you out there. Ludicolo showing up right away, LSP as well. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Very much appreciate it. We're on both channels, so we're going to try and keep this going. If we can on the Saturdays. People like it, people want to hear it, what's going on. Just make sure you come right back. Is Obey again? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah,
it kind of feels like they might be. We'll certainly get to all that chat for sure.
So I mean, when it comes down to it, talking about Mask and Trifecta, I just ignored whatever the hell you just did for a while. Mask and Trifecta.
What I did was I had to talk because my co-host was busy on his phone during our show.
I love how in your single, I have like
The
this
creepy
going on.
fingers happening.
Yeah, I can even like come over. Like it's actually really cool. No, don't change it. Oh. I really enjoyed like just being like over
Able
here.
to just come on over. It's supposed to be my single. We here for Finch. Thanks, chat. You know I love it. Glad to have y'all here. Hello, cheap Hindu aggro duo. That's not a bad name for us, you know. The
Cheap Hindu aggro duo?
Yeah, the knockoff Hindu
That's not
aggro
bad.
duo.
That's not
You know what makes us a lot better than the Hindu aggro duo is that we do it. We do that. We're doing the show. What's that sip?
Sounds like a dolphin, which is why I laughed, actually. Can I talk about Trifecta yet?
Oh yes, sorry. Yes.
I forgot what I was going to say. No, I'm kidding. No. Real talk. I think that Trifecta is fucked.
I agree.
Like, this was, like, the worst thing that could have happened to this team. And if I'm Zatman, I'm like, I'm so upset. This is, their chances at Worlds just gone. Mask was arguably the best jungler in North America for a period of time. Andy's been stepping up, I know, but like Mask was the guy, and wins weren't really coming. So I understand. I do not hold anything against Mask for leaving. Like, what is he doing? But I think that with him gone, not only is there very few people that could fill his shoes, and that's a separate conversation, but nobody's going to reach the same level of synergy is the overused word that I'm going to go for in one split. Trifecta may have had a shot, and I think that's arguable, leaving the summer split, coming into the fall split. But once Mask is gone, I mean, that shot is out the window. And so if I'm the other four dudes on Trifecta, I'm collecting my paycheck, and I'm passing go, but I am not thrilled. And I have to imagine that they tried to pull out every stop in order to get Mass to stay.
And I'm thinking that if the tipping point has to be, really they almost won that set, right? Or at least game one, they literally had it won. They lose at one fight with Andy with that Naja ultimate, and then it's all over from there. So it's not just that they lose, but they lose in such a heartbreaking kind of way, right? That really feels like it pushes them over the edge. But I think you're right to say this is the worst time it could have happened, because it's kind of changing up the way we're doing the HRX thing, right? The way that we're doing DreamHack.
Yeah.
There's going to be a potential for more SPL teams in there than I think than ever before. And Trifecta definitely could have made their way in, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I see Twins out there in chat saying, like, Paul's overperforming, he's going nuts. And I agree. Yeah, Paul's playing out of his mind.
Better than we would have thought, I think, yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's, if we have a section, I would love to gush about Paul. But you need a jungler, dog. Like, you need a jungler. And, like, I don't, who's going to step in? Is Zatman going to go play jungle and they call Wowie up?
No. Sorry. It's my job as your co-host, so I go along with that. No, that's not.
I would rather Zatman play jungle and bring Wowie up, or one of the other hunters that are almost as good as Wowie, which is nobody, and then have a random SML jungler. I mean, the best SML jungler, who are we talking about? Exactly.
Maybe you can pull up Skeely. He's not even on a team right now. He's subbing, right?
Yeah, but he's busy. Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, realistically, it's probably Sam for soccer, right? He's at the top of that list as far as like SML junglers.
Sure, but Sam's already
But I mean, like, it's just I don't know. It's, if I have to say Zatman should move positions, you're not in a good spot. So, you know, I really think Mask leaving, and again, this isn't like Mask leaving, completely screw Trifecta, screw that guy. It's like, so Mask left, and as a result, Trifecta's kind of boned.
I think that's safe to say, right? I think that Trifecta don't have much more of a shot in it, unless their jungler really can come in and like hit the ground running in a way that we just can't expect. But it's a little more open, right? United are looking very good. They're almost certainly number one. It looks very cemented for them. Space Station, I think, have shown a little bit of weakness. I think Space Station look the most vulnerable that they've looked as they try and get Veneno in the fold. So if Trifecta can get ready to go right away, then maybe. But I just don't think the chances of that are particularly high. There's just not much chance that happens, right?
I wasn't listening, but I agree.
Right, I did see you on your phone trying to set up your Tinder date or whatever you were doing. What were you doing? What was happening? I'm sorry, you use Instagram for your dates. I'm sorry.
I use Bumble, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Coffee meets bagel.
There's
also,
plenty of fish in the sea. That's a thing, right?
Oh,
Isn't that out there?
Plenty of fish.
Oh, plenty of fish, yeah.
Maybe if you're a 31-year-old Christian woman, yeah, I mean...
you don't know that I'm not. You don't have any data on that.
That's actually completely fair. I don't know anything about
I will confirm right here, right now. I'm not Christian.
Well, are you a farmer though? Because you can find
Farmers
only.
Farmers only, by the way, and this is completely away from Smite. That is a way. You know how there's like black people meat?
Yeah.
You can't have white people meat. You can't have that show. So you have farmers only. By the way, that is literally what that is.
I didn't know that existed till I moved down to the South.
Right.
Like it was a culture shock. It was like Waffle House, farmers only. Like I was just
Waffle House is litty, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go the other night, and I go to Waffle House every time after Magic, so like I feel that. But like,
Oh,
no.
Chad has a great point, by the way. That
About farmers only.
No, about how you had a really rough jungle experience, so maybe you shouldn't be the one that's.
I don't know what you're talking about. I came through a little bit later after I drank some of that.
That's right. You did step up.
Yeah, man. I drank. What is that? Jordan Sweat. What do they use in Space Jam?
Yeah, that's what they use. You know, a lot of people make it in paper cups just like this.
This is a
and
styrofoam cup. Welcome to the South.
They get ready to go. Trifecta probably in some trouble, but North America in general, I'm moving us
probably
along.
about it. They are definitely in trouble.
They are definitely in trouble. North America in general, though, seems wide open. Hindu Man, the insane Hindu Man, thinks that LG is going to Worlds. How on base is Hindu Man with that? Because Weekend 667, the meme at Worlds, I mean, how likely is that?
I don't think it's that far out of whack. I mean, Weekend's a fine jungler, man.
He had a great game on Circuit. I thought game 2 he looked great.
Weekend's a fine jungler. Shadow Chair, I have never really had faith in Shadow Chair. I apologize. He's a fine guy. Like, I have no beef with the guy himself, but I've never really enjoyed watching him play. But here's the thing, and I mentioned this on the desk the other day, is that when usually everybody looks at the opponent, right? All right, new guy on the team, squash the new guy on the team. As if you have a new player on your team,
okay,
I'm gonna squash that individual, right? That's my goal.
Yes.
But you rarely think about, like, with a new player on your team, what your mentality is. And LG was like, well, yeah, just kill him, bro. And then Weekend and the rest of the squad will free cast. And I think that's what we saw. Kiki popped off. Kiki's very streaky. He continued to do well. So we saw Jungle, Kiki, Hunter, Cloud has always been consistently strong. LG has had a lot of pieces that kind of feel like they were just kind of floating. And I'm not saying that Shadow Chair is the guy that's going to make it all hunky-dory.
Right.
But, like, LG are not a bad team.
No, I don't think that they're a bad team. I think that there are a lot of good teams, though, and I don't know if I can put LG in that group just yet. And personally, I don't know about you, but I was unimpressed with Shadow Chair in their last set.
Of course.
I was disappointed, if I can say that honestly. He'll need some time, I think, to get up to that level, but I mean, they could not rely on it. And I don't just mean that they were like targeting him. That's one thing, right? I mean like that he just wasn't on the same page a lot of the time. I wasn't sure what to do. I said, me and Ryan were talking about it, and it felt like a college football player coming up to the pros, and it's like the game's just faster. And Shadow Chair's been in the pro league before, you know what I mean? He's not, he's not entirely new to it, but hold that face, can you hold that face? That's the De Niro. Thank you, Jameson.
What are you going to do about it? Are you really going to be the Shadow Chair that we need you to be? Can you step up, or will you be sit down?
Thom, you are from New York, right? Have you ever mentioned that before, by the way? Have you ever said that on broadcast?
I'm wearing a New York shirt. Actually.
Let's get a quick poll. Chat, has anyone ever heard Thom say that he's from New York?
I don't think so.
Even one time?
I don't think so at all. Not whatsoever.
I can't go down this hole because I don't have a thing yet, really. I'm going to be like, Hindu's like the savage guy. Like you're from New York, right? Right, but that's like what he does. That's like his thing.
All Hindu does. He's the savage guy.
I don't know. This is the right. Everyone in chat is saying he's brought
Never. Nah.
No. Yeah.
See? Yeah,
they're right. Thom's from New York. Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. How could we have even known if you hadn't brought it up? But I think that there's a good chance, yeah, that's me. Okay. Production value.
Look at that. I got the TV back off my clapper.
That was nice. It happened. I didn't know we had the clapper installed out
here. Dude. That would be miserable. Imagine if you're at a movie and the movie theater's on the clapper and everybody's like, woo! And it's just like on and off like a strobe light.
I'm imagining it.
I mean, people clap with the train. People clap when the train stops.
People clap when planes land.
The plane lands, not the train. Nobody claps when the train stops. Nobody.
Do people ride the train?
Bro, what are you talking about? Maybe not down here in Georgia.
Oh, you call it a train like in New York, I guess? I thought it was like the subway or...
Well, there's the underground train is a subway, and the above ground train is not an above way, it's a train.
Is there really? Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I've never been, don't shame me.
Well, like the Long Island, the LIRR, right?
Oh, God. I'm going to do everybody a favor and make sure we're not talking about New York with Thom any longer.
I mean, you can talk about the DC Metro as well. You can talk about MARTA. MARTA is down here. It is a train you ride.
Is it a train?
Yes.
I would never have called it.
It's what would you call it? A dual rail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have.
You know,
I would have called it MARTA.
You fly a lot out of
Hatfield, Jackson.
Yeah, that one. You fly a lot out of ATL, right? What happens when you get there?
Would I land the plane?
No, when you get, they clap. That's what happens. Right. That's what happens.
The L. Anyway, LG needs, to get us back to what we were talking about, LG needs, I think, Shadow Chair to step it up. I think he can. There are like flashes when everyone was hitting everything, and I'm like, yeah, LG could beat anybody right now, right? It felt that way. So as long as they can get that consistently, they're in a good spot. But it absolutely feels like it's going to be E United Space Station up there, and they need more.
Yeah, I mean, E United's looking really good. Space Station, I think, has some holes.
Yes.
I'm not saying LG's a better team than SSG, but I think that Space Station is absolutely a squad that definitely can be brought down a peg or two. So.
Well, we should talk a little bit about that swap up, right? Like, we got Venenu now on Space Station, Baskin over on E United. And I was a little worried about the E United trade because it feels like it'd be hard to have 5 bigger egos on one team than that team, right? But, and not to say they're undeserved, they're all very, very good, obviously. But, I mean, now you're throwing Baskin in there as well. But they looked like they definitely were ready. Next man up mentality, or whoever's, the hot hand, they'll just feed it. E United definitely kept it flowing, I felt like.
Yeah, I think that, I said this before on my YouTube video, youtube.com/f.ny, where the trade actually worked out. I'm really subtle. Where the trade actually worked out better for both teams, and that's one of those rare occurrences. And I think it has everything to do with the culture. You do it for the culture, as Migos would say. And I wanted to make them sound like a philosopher.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you. But so when it comes down to it, you got these 2 players on Venenu, just without getting too deep into it. Venenu's more like the other 4 guys on Space Station. Baskin's more like the other 4 guys on the United.
Right.
And you are going to play when you are more comfortable. There was a video I did on Mask years ago. You can also find that on youtube.com/f.ny, where I talk about culture being really important for a player and their team, and his ability to just work better in that squad is that's the empirical data that you could look at to say that I think both of these players are going to be in a better spot.
But I think that I don't know how much what we're seeing from the online phase of this fall split matters, right? Because if you're E United, I mean the fall split's important. What I mean is that I don't know how much it matters in terms of if the trade was effective. Because E United was already better than everyone else in North America, right?
Sure.
So them continuing to be better than everyone in North America doesn't prove the trade worked. We got to see them up against Dig, Rival, and Energy before I can say whether or not the trade really worked. You know what I mean? Because they were already better than everyone in North America.
I'll feel that. For me, it's more about, I mean, how much better than they are they is the obvious question. But I think realistically, it's when they never look infallible. They've never looked invincible. Where if you remember back to like season 2, season 3, Energy were unbeatable.
And for the record, no one looks like that. I don't think anyone in the EU looks that way either.
Nobody does. And so you compare it to the Energy team that was unfuckwithable in season 2 and season 3, and now E United's not there. They weren't there. There were moments where they looked very human against weakened teams, against trifecta teams.
Right.
And so there's always a place to go up. And Polar Bear Mike said in the E United press release, he said, look, a roster change wakes everybody up. And it makes everybody try to perform better, not because of the negative side where you're like, oh shit, I could lose my job, but more on the positive side of, oh, we've got this new guy on the squad, I've got a new invigorative.
It's like the honeymoon phase almost, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I think that might bring United up like a step or two.
And I think that could be. I want to see them up against Energy and Rival and Dignitas. And for the record, that the complexion of that whole region has very much changed, right? Energy losing those first 2 games.
Yeah.
Obey suddenly looking like they're back and playing. For my money, Obey's the greatest mystery of Season 5 to me. I have no clue what's going on over there. Like when they play Energy, they look like world beaters. When they play Mouse, they look like they just started this year, and now here in the fall split, I don't know if Hazard's gotten and buckled down. I don't know what it is. If Opwash is just the truth, I don't know what it is. But Obey look real.
I mean, they got the Pwash, that's for sure. They certainly.
Do you have any thoughts on Opwash?
Pretty cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
I'm not gonna move the show along, so you need to go ahead.
Oh, I got DMs to answer, bro.
That's true, he does.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, put the single on him. We know who it is.
No, you don't.
It's you. What do you mean?
Oh, we're still here.
Yes, I'm waiting on you. Chat's even waiting on him. You know what we need from him, chat. Wash.
There it is.
Is he here?
No,
Do we have another camera besides these 3? Is Opwash out here? The god?
You didn't sound anything like him.
I think he might.
You didn't sound anything like him.
It's hard to tell. I'm convinced he's in here.
No, he didn't sound anything like him.
Well, what's he sound like?
I don't know.
Then how do you know I didn't sound like him? There was actually something going on.
It was like actually a noise over there. I looked over there, and all of a sudden I heard an Opwash, and I was like, woo!
He's somewhere out there. We got it, boys. We got it. So we're talking a little bit about how Europe's looking a little bit different now too, right? Or just kind of up in the air, I feel like. Obey's looking better now. Energy's kind of stumbling.
No, stop. Let's talk about Obey.
Why?
Because, no, I'm with you. They are the conundrum. You look at SK and you're like, this team should be better. I don't understand, but they're not. And like, oh, well. Like sometimes
yes,
the world works in mysterious ways and you just got to like accept the truth even though you don't get it. Obey, yeah, they're the conundrum. I'm with you on that where you just, they win when they're supposed to lose. They lose when they're supposed to win. I mean, and I'm not in love with the statement I made where I said that I thought it had to do with Raffer and his varying level of dedication to the game on any given Sunday.
Sure.
Sometimes he wakes up and he's like, not feeling it. And other times he wakes up and he's like, I'm going to kill Emilzy 7 times, right? I'm not married to that idea. I think it is really tough for somebody in my position as an onlooker, even though I dive in the game all day, every day, we watch the games, we watch the stats, we watch the VODs, I think it's unfair is a term I've used in the past for me to dive into a player's psyche without speaking to them directly.
Right.
Right? And I haven't spoken to Craig in a while. I don't really know if that's what's making, like, ticking behind the ears. But realistically speaking, I don't know anything. There's nothing else that I can identify, man.
Right, and it's worth prefacing when we say stuff like that. We obviously can't read their minds, you know. It's part of what we do is taking the literal performance we see on the screen and like the interactions we've had with them and trying to come up with some some explanations for them. So we are wrong sometimes, obviously, and I think that at home you all should recognize that sometimes we're wrong. Players should recognize that we know that. A lot of the times we're right, also though, and we're on the mark. So. It's one of the theories we're positing, and I think that's all there is to it. I mean, I think that's fair. I think it's totally fair.
I rarely say shit like that, which is why I was so trepidatious about putting that out there. But realistically speaking, I mean, Prime is one of the better mids in the world. Twig, you can depend on him.
He definitely is. Prime is looking at this split, but I don't know how true that would have been fall or spring and summer. I don't know how true that would have been. I think you're gonna die. Yeah.
I'm choking like SK, my bad.
Oh, man. My boy Fails didn't get it rough enough, huh? We gotta go back in.
Where is Fails? Where is Fails? Fails used to be a staple of my talk show.
Is that true? Oh, if Fails used to come in, you'd be like, what's up, Fails?
Yeah, no, that's why I like Fails so much. That's why I'm rough on Fails.
I do want to make sure that I point out here, though. Finch's Opwash is better than F. Ganesh, don't at me.
Are you logged into my account here?
No, I'm pretty sure this is on my account.
Are you a
mod? I am indeed a mod in this chat.
Well, I can't just purge. Oh well. I pretend like I deleted the comment.
Oh, like just remove that one comment. I see.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Oh, there's Smart Minor League out in chat.
Hey, Death Banner, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm Signum.
They're
Kind of hot or cold? Yeah.
I mean, they win game.
Yeah. Optimus Gang looking good.
Well, I was going to say they win games, but they play best of ones. So.
Right, that's right.
They win game.
They win game. But you gotta adjust that sometimes, man. Sometimes Optimus Gang comes out with cheese, and you gotta be ready for it. You know, you gotta handle up.
Also, let's never say best of one.
That's the terminology. That is what it's called. It's a best of one.
It's a singleton.
It's a best of one.
It's a
whoever is the best out of the one that happens.
It is a
best of one.
It is a single match.
Oh, right. Do you know what a single match is? It's
a singleton.
What's the best of one?
No, it's not a best of one. That's like saying I've got a bunch of muffin.
It's not like that.
It's exactly like that.
Wait, how?
Because you're saying like it's a best of this single moment.
Right. Who's the best of this one match?
No, it's who wins this match, as opposed to who wins the multiple bests of
Chat
threes.
saying no one has a better Hoi than you.
That's very true.
Prove it. Defend it right now.
Like,
do you want me to go first?
yes.
I set a barometer.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to. Gotta draw back. Hoi.
Nah, B.
All right, let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't that good.
It was fucking awesome.
I feel like
I am the guy in the game.
I feel like it's slightly more enthusiasm, and that is about it.
Oh, yeah. You got to get the going on.
You have to literally breathe, and a cloud of poisonous vapor comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, yeah. John wins this one. Hell yeah.
You got this is what we call paying the
That's
crowd.
your chat on the left.
Yeah,
your
you're paying
chat.
them to come into my chat.
I have no money.
You're paying them in bits.
That's fair. I pay them in gems. Yeah, I give them the slide in the hookup. Yeah.
I do that sometimes, actually.
Yeah? You can slide them the hookup? Yeah. How do I do that?
Go into your...
Because when I go on PayPal, it's like card, bank account. I don't see gems.
Oh, no. Go into your employee email, type in employee jam request, and then you fill your shit out, and on the bottom it says who account name, and then is this for a friend, family member, or you? And you just say, yeah, it's my friend.
Captain D's is pretty good.
How dare you? What about Mr. Arthur?
Who the hell is that?
Arthur Treacher.
What are you talking about?
Arthur Treacher, the creature Treacher.
Chat, who the hell is Arthur Treacher? I need help.
Arthur Treacher is the
F.
better.
Easily won. Chat, what are you doing? You're in my chat. You're supposed to have my back.
James for that guy. Arthur Treacher's another seafood restaurant.
Finch sent me a code to type in chat. I did. Oh, send you one. I don't have any. That's not true. I have a bunch of codes.
I think I got a code.
You tell me who Treacher is. Who is he?
Arthur Treacher. It's a seafood restaurant, like a fast seafood restaurant.
Oh, okay. So it's like a Captain D's-ish type establishment.
Yeah, it's just, there's the captain, and then there's King Arthur Treacher.
Is he really a king?
Yes, no?
We'll see. You could just decree that, I suppose.
I can't. I'm just like, you are King Arthur Treacher.
Talk to F. about Magic the Gathering. We don't have time. There's just no time.
I do love Magic.
He'll talk forever about it. And it's interesting, obviously, but
what do you want to hear? You want to hear?
I don't.
I mean, the Guilds of Ravnica is going to be coming out very soon. They're going to be celebrating the 5 guilds. All 5 guilds are going to have their unique abilities. You got Convoke for Selesnya. You still want to go? Jumpstart actually looks pretty cool. You can cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard that has Jumpstart along with it as long as you discard a card and pay its mana cost in full.
Hey, Brandon X, thanks for subbing over there to Thom. Anything to get me away from this, what's happening right now, I will accept. We were talking about SML. If you're okay with having a show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm done. You engaged me.
Because that's my job. I have to yes and you. That's my
yes
okay.
and?
Can we talk about yes and the SML with me, please? Can we
yes and?
Looking forward to watching them play. Optimus Gang looking strong. I need Insignum to step up and follow along with them. Very Nice to Me 2.0 look good as well. There you go. SML. Hit it, quit it, moving on. That phrase has no other connotations, by the way.
Yes, John Finch's love life is the minor league. When it comes down to it, I'm always excited to watch.
Are you saying I like young people?
No! No, there's no age limit. No, that is not where I was going. There's no age difference between the pro league and the minor league.
I don't know. It just sounded like suddenly you're saying Finch likes minors.
No, there's a skill difference. I'm saying you're bad in bed. I'm saying you're bad. You're a bad lover.
I prefer that, actually.
You are a bad lover.
I'd prefer that I'm bad at engaging with people my own age than fantastic at minors. That is way better.
A good thing for you to think. Yeah. No, you are a bad lover. Pain to Beyond is fun to watch. That's really what I was going to get into.
Oh, that's a horrible, horrible segue.
That's all I was going to say. I mean, in Smite. See, you've set the table.
No, I did not.
You have set the table.
I did set the table, literally bring this here with Jameson last night, but that doesn't. You set this awkward table that we're in right now.
No, you opened the conversation. Did. Okay, Smite Minor League. Shouts to Death Panther. Watching Pain to Beyond play on teams is exciting for me. He seems to find talent. He's the best talent scout in the Smite scene. If I had an organization out there like a Smite team, it'd be called Team Esports Gaming, and I would hire Pain to Beyond for like $16 a month to find the best Smite players.
Mr. Stefan had the absolute best roast, though. John's love life is a best of one. That is devastating. I had to retweet that, and it roasts me. That's a slam dunk.
Mr. Stefan is immediately on the top list of best SML players now. Without a doubt.
That is devastating.
Without a doubt.
It was written so concisely. It was a perfect callback. He didn't demand attention afterwards either. He just let it sort of simmer. We noticed that absolute slam dunk. I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
I mean, it's like his gameplay. He kind of does it. We see it, and then we forget about it a week later.
Right. He has like one really nice shot, and then that's it. Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Vulcan player, by the way.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit, Thom, because we kind of slightly covered we hit and quit the SML. Just like the meta right now, and particularly like picks and bans. There's like those 4 picks I feel like that are really dominant, right? That are up near the top. This face you're making.
That's a word.
You're making a face.
I went like this.
Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah. What the fuck?
I was really thrilled. With Smite Balance for the majority of Season 5. I mean, it's
been really good.
This is the one season that you can play whatever the fuck you want. Mid lane opwash, solo opwash. And with the advent of masks, I don't know if masks really did what the goal was intended to do, but have different different characters play out of position. What are you laughing about?
I'm laughing about Mr. Stefan saying he'll take it.
Okay, sweet.
I'm just like reading chat passively in case I need to call back to it while I'm allowing my host my co-host to do his
Well, I'm speaking to you.
We're engaging together. I've DM'd 0 people during the show.
Well,
how many have you DM'd?
It was
a non-zero amount, I would guess.
That is besides the point. I mean, I'm just saying, it's a Saturday. It's DM Saturday.
Yes.
That's the name of the day.
I heard everything you were saying. You know, you really like the Season 5 balance that we're in. You can play anything in off roles. They don't necessarily have to go exactly where they're supposed to go. I'm right there with you. I think that.
And a lot of the bands that you're working with in picks and bans are more your opponent's playbook based. Like you really didn't have to worry about like, oof, these gods are overpowered, ban them out, so I can just go ahead and focus on my opponent. Right now, we're in a rough spot. Chernobog, Freya, Baron, arguably, and Naja are banned every motherfucking game, and I'm like,
or first picked, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, ugh. And now we're playing this game of which of the 4 will you get? And Athena kind of creeps up in there too, but I'm not too concerned about her. You're dancing with these 4 picks, and we saw, and to Ajax's credit, he said, word, that's going to change. But right now, this first week, the second week, it's a little bit rough. You got to ban all that stuff out. But once those gods are adjusted, I'm hoping we can come back to that nice level of balance that I think Season 5 was at the entire year. And it was really neat because I think this started the end of Season 4. We could play whatever the hell you wanted. And coming into Season 5, it was really clean. And now it's kind of like we're generally okay outside of those 4 selections. But I think that hopefully it'll turn around.
No, and I'm right there with you. And for what it's worth, I don't hate when the game's in that point, right? When there's like those picks that are so prevalent that you kind of have to think about how you want to ban them. We've seen games where they've banned almost everything else and just said, well, if we just kind of throw all 4 of them into the match, how does that all sort of settle down? You know what I mean? I think that there's some fun to that as well. But of course, player choice or the pro player choice is always going to be the preferred option in that. Nice clap again to bring us back. The clap back is always going to be preferred. But I don't know. I don't 100% agree that it's that bad. I think that all the picks are very strong. I think that's for sure the case, and they're getting adjusted. That's been announced and sort of in the works. But I mean, I when I'm watching and I don't see Chernobog at all, and I'm like, what's happening? I'm into that. I'm super excited about why and what are they playing instead.
Meanwhile, when I see that happen, I'm just like, you need to practice more. Because if you're not picking him because he's objectively the character that you're supposed to select,
very good.
If you're not picking him, that means you're not good enough at him. Or if you're not picking him, that means you're not confident enough in him, which means you're not good enough in him, which means you're not doing your fucking job. You need to be able to play the top picks at all point in time. This is not a fighting game where you can play a lower tier character and still succeed because you dunk 40 hours a day into one character. You need to.
It's a lot of hours.
Yeah, it is. You need to be able to play. I always say to the people at home, like, don't main a god, main a position.
Right.
Right. If you're a jungler, have a Thanatos, an early game character, have a Kali, have a late game character, have a Bastet, have a mid game character, and then work from there. You need to be able to have a tool belt so that when you show up to the project, whatever tool is needed, hammer, screwdriver, plunger, you have that available instead of just maining hammer and going to a screw and then losing. And so if I'm seeing you in the top and all of a sudden there's a multi-tool that you're not using, it's because you haven't practiced it. And that is a necessary part of being a professional player.
I think that you should be able to play Chernobog. I think that is true. I 100% agree with you at that point. But both sides didn't pick it. I mean that's wild to me, right? Like they can't both all just be sleeping on Chern. There's got to be more, I think, to that. And so I imagine that they both. Onher's good right now. Onher's had some changes. If you want to pick Onher instead, take that. He's a bully in lane. He's strong early on. Desert Fury had the change to hit ultimates as well. It's got the increased scaling on and damage too.
And for what it's worth, I think very few characters are truly evergreen in the sense that you can put them into any composition.
Sure.
Chernobog is probably more evergreen than most of the characters, to be honest with you. Hey, would you like the downside of Chernobog is that he doesn't have a teamfight ultimate. Except he kind of has a teamfight ultimate where everybody gets slowed and then he can die to the back line relatively easily. But he doesn't have this giant fields of love. He doesn't have this giant, it's different. So I guess that's sort of a downside where if you need a teamfight ultimate out of your hunter, you're probably not going to go in that direction. And you'll look towards the Medusas of the world. But just pick Chernobog.
He's good. My professional analysis on Chernobog. He's good.
Sick.
Pick him. I would pick him off it. I see someone in chat saying energy roster change. That might have been a mistake in my punctuation. I was saying we'll talk about energy, comma, roster changes, comma, other things that are happening.
Oh, there you go.
So that might have been a punctuation mistake there, but energy's roster is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no roster changes that are happening.
They made roster changes early in the year.
Right.
They traded out their support player Emilzy for Iraffer. If you want more information on that, I have a video on my YouTube, youtube.com/f.ny.
Where can I go? What is it? How do I watch it?
youtube.com/f.ny.
Okay, thank you, man. The first time you said it, it was so subtle that I didn't even hear it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even get the link to where to watch it.
Well, youtube.com/f.ny.
Thank you. Thank you so much for providing it. LSP, I like this. Now I see why F. always looks tired. His day has 42 hours in it.
Pretty much, dude.
That's a good joke.
Pretty much.
I like it. I'm the one that's reading chat jokes out when they happen. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm dealing with you.
That's great. Aggro did this yesterday. What do you mean? It's great to be able to spend this much time with me. Am I at Funch levels yet? All right. Getting there?
You're getting there, Jim.
Why is Funch so fun? Jim? Oh no. Oh no. I'm truly I'm on it if we're saying Jim. Why is Funch so funny to you guys? Can I ask that? You guys love it. It's so funny to you. I don't get why it's so funny.
Because what's your name?
Finch.
But it's Funch.
I don't get it.
It's like, yeah. It's like this. What up, John Funch?
What up, John Funch? They like it. They're big fans of the bit, I suppose.
Dude, Funch is the greatest.
What's going on with energy?
It's week 1. They tried to force Baron. Baron didn't work for them. I don't give a fuck. I'm chilling, man. Energy still.
You think it's okay? I think I would agree with you normally. I think I normally would agree with you. And by normally, I mean like 20% of the time because you're so often wrong. But normally I would agree with you saying that in week 1 losses are okay. But they lost to like rival Dig, right? Like you can't have those, or was it was rival Obey, right? That
Yeah.
they lost to rival Obey, excuse me. Those are tough. I mean, you can't get those points back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Those are teams that are gonna beat Mouse and SK almost for sure, right?
Sure.
Those are teams that are gonna. So when you're at a deficit to those teams, it can be so much harder to come back than normal. I feel like so. I think Energy might legitimately be in some trouble.
I mean, it's certainly something to think about. When you made these topics, did you just look at my youtube.com/FNY channel?
Literally, no one has ever done that.
Because I made this video on Monday, actually.
An Energy video?
Yeah, where I talked a little bit.
No, it's just like a big storyline. So as content creators, we both like did stuff about them.
So I was
I
don't
don't think that I looked at it. Yeah.
Well, you should.
I watch your videos occasionally. I used to. I was an old F.NY fan. Outgrew it though.
Yeah. So really, when it comes down to what Energy were doing, like I said, they tried to force the Baron. It wasn't in their wheelhouse. Who gives a shit? Like whatever, it happens. Real talk, I care more about the rival loss than the Obey loss, which seems backwards.
Yes, but I get what you're saying. Obey kind of shows up anyway against them. I feel like,
Obey
for some
has
reason, right?
Energy's card.
Yeah.
Like, they beat Energy. I don't know why. I don't know the math behind it. But Obey beats Energy virtually all the time. So, like, I kind of expect that. If I'm looking at Energy's schedule, I'm, like, writing their loss for Obey. Rival kind of bugged me, especially with the performance that we saw at the Summer Finals, where 3-0, no problem, don't even look at me later on, like,
Sure.
easy peasy. So, I mean, that was a little bit interesting to see that Rival kind of show up. But a lot of different variables. Energy, I think, will just continue to be Energy successfully in the future. I'm not worried until their next match. If their next match they don't absolutely destroy the competition, then I'm asking questions.
I mean, I don't. I think it is worth having some concern because of how strong they looked in summer, how strong they looked at the land in particular. They looked so far ahead of everyone else. So them kind of stumbling out of the gate is a little bit surprising. There have been a lot of meta changes, a lot to sort of wrap your head around and lock into. But
I'm concerned the way I'm concerned when my best friend isn't in first period, not when I hear her name called over the loudspeaker.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where I'm just like, oh. Where's Amanda?
Definitely more than
like,
0, but like not 100.
Yeah. Like there's 1,001 reasonable explanations for that person not to be in class. Right. So you're like, huh, that's interesting. I'll take note of it and I'll think about it. But maybe she got stuck at a red light. Maybe she had a bad breakfast. Maybe she's sick. Like there's a whole bunch of reasons. So I'm not like really turning the dial just yet. I'm just like, huh.
Well, you talked about Energy, and you're not too worried about them, and that's fine. We can disagree on whether or not we can be worried. But Obey is one of the ones that beat them. Is that Obey back here, or is that just Posh being good and Prime can play him like a champ? Because for me,
both.
Yeah, they beat them, but I mean, I don't know. It kind of until I'm more like I'll wait and see with Obey than I am with Energy actually. With Energy, I'm in the overreact boat, but with Obey, I'm like I'll wait and see.
Prime is that damn good.
Yes.
Prime is just that good. And I think Prime is a player sort of like Mask that gets forgotten about because he's on a team that doesn't find as many wins as perhaps you expect that individual player to obtain. So Pretty Prime is one of the best damn middle laners on the planet. And despite his win-loss record here this year with Obey, I think that he is absolutely capable of single-handedly shutting down a team. And that's not what happened. He had a team behind him.
Right.
But I think his skill level and capability is absolutely there. And so I'm not surprised to see Prime just like turn up and do the thing.
To be honest, I didn't think the Outpotch was even that good in the game too. Right, for them that they had
in
the one they won. It was the defense that was really stood out for where they defend on the Titan, where it's like literally no other mage could have made that defense because Opwash can just say no. He can like cover the whole area and say leave.
Opwash has been, and I've been done saying Opwash is the guy. Opwash has been able to do this sort of thing forever. He can zone much better. I'm on my nonsense, but he can zone so much better than most of the mages. He drops the ultimate, and you're like, I can't go there.
Yeah, right.
I want to go there to defend Fire Giant, Gold Fury, my Titan, but I'm not allowed there. Like, it's police tape. So he can do that. The damage he does from a distance is absurd. And like I said, the ultimate is fantastic because one of the hardest things teams have had to do in Season 5 is siege Phoenixes.
Right.
They're not able to really get in there. We've seen more Phoenix defenses in Season 5 than we have in the past 4 years combined. Opwash can drop his fucking pile of corpse and just go, and everybody has to leave while you go and take down the Phoenix. He has so many different options that I've been complaining about why he's not selected because, yes, he's unsafe, but if Zeus is successful, then Opwash can be successful, and I'm very happy to see Pretty Prime play him. Yes, Prime is a great mage. Yes, Opwash was a great mage, and it was the combination of the two that allowed Obey to win the game.
And Wame here in my chat's been talking about this Opwash into the Baron match. And it's something I've been thinking about too, right? Because on paper, it sounds like that probably would be pretty strong. He's always just good as an anti-heal mage. But I don't know. I feel like Baron has so much control over the heal that it's not as like devastating a matchup as you think.
Sure.
His lack of mobility could be a problem. Like he might get stuck in the ultimate a little bit. But I don't know if it's like a hard stop on a Baron in the solo. And I don't think so.
No,
the way with like Aphrodite it is, right? Yeah.
Exactly. When you look at an Aphrodite who needs to use her heal to clear the wave,
right.
Baron can use his heal, but doesn't necessarily need it if he's going to be able to use his laser light show, right? I mean, Opwash is an interesting counter, but it's sort of the way that like Bellona's a counter to Osiris. You're not like that's a nice adjunct, but you can pick Bellona just because she's Bellona.
Right.
You could have picked Opwash this whole time, maybe not this whole time. Opwash when you needed to sink 3 points into Undead Surge to have 2 corpses. So basically you would be level 1, get your corpse, and then level your 2, and then level your 1 all the way up to 3 points, and then put the points into 2, and you were just like flaccid for like 7 levels. That kind of sucked. You were still able to do it.
I hate when that happens, yeah.
Level 1 was pretty disgusting, and just that was the first problem that Opwash had was his lack of viability at level 1 because he needed 2 abilities to clear the wave, and that was pretty problematic. Then once they fixed that, then you had the points problem, which was just making him worse than other mages. Now, 1 point in 1, 1 point in 3, max out your 2 like a regular old-fashioned boring mage, right? You're fine. Now he's totally viable, totally competitive, and I was concerned that we weren't seeing him. We finally saw him. So
I think he has room to operate, and I want to make sure I'm clarifying it too. I don't think that Opwash is. I think that there's value to Opwash in the Baron matchup. I'm saying that I don't think it's like a 100% shut down. We'll never see him. But you know, if you're putting your the Undead Surge, if you're putting the anti-heal onto non-Baron and the other Baron, and Baron doesn't even realize that his teammate's been anti-healed like that, he heals him and procs it, or something like that, or by accident, fine. And so there's definitely still some value to be had. But I think I think that in lane Baron will be fine. I think that Opwash has some opportunity, but I just don't think he shuts him down. I think that we should see Opwash though more often, middle lane and solo lane. I think he could fit in either one of them fine. Not all the time. You were saying earlier about evergreen picks. I don't think Opwash is evergreen.
He's not evergreen,
right,
but he is definitely more pickable than he's not.
Sure. A lot of stuff is, by the way. I think, honest to goodness, we have almost 100 gods in the game now. I think stuff just kind of flies under the radar, or like seasons and clothing styles, right? You're just not thinking about it right
Don't pick Arachne.
You can pick Arachne.
Scream, you can pick Arachne.
Yes.
Other than that, don't pick Arachne.
You can maybe do Arachne. But this is a good conversation, and Ryan and I have this all the time, though, right? The way that I look at them is like an opportunity cost, right? Like, all the gods in the game are, I think, are for the most part good and do a thing. But like, Chernobog, I can get lane pressure and I can fly across the map. What am I giving up when I play on her? What am I giving up when I play some of these other picks? That's how you have to approach them. Like, what am I losing by picking Isis here now, right? Instead of Baron, instead of Raw, instead of some of these other mid lanes or Raijin or.
I always talk about like the. What are you staring at before I want it, dude?
Just that gigantic ice block that's in it. Yeah.
Can I see your water?
Why?
I just want to see it.
I don't like this. I have zero trust. We're friends. I trust. I was so right not to trust you.
I spilled.
F-Dot's literally dying.
You talk so they go to your sink?
Last time I did that, you said, we're having a conversation. Let's just go back to the show.
No, I was coughing. You should like
You berated me last time.
But you're my co-host. You're supposed to cover for me.
I said literally that exact sentence to you.
What's your favorite character and why?
In the game,
Yeah.
either Hou Yi or Chang'e.
Well, give me a long explanation as to why.
Sure, I really like playing Hou Yi because I think Hou Yi's like fun to play. If I'm being honest, like the mark into the ricochet combo
Okay,
is
I don't
just
care.
fun.
I just wanted to cough.
Sorry, I was just trying to cover for you like a co-host. So.
That's a valiant idea.
Oh, mouth to mouth, good call. I'm never gonna do that.
I'm good.
Thom, I like you a lot. If you were dying and someone said you got a mouth to mouth Thom to get him back, I would spend too long thinking about it.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Really?
I'd be like, oh, do we really need Thom? Ugh. That's what I'd be thinking.
What if they had one of those little mouth guards that they make for mouth to mouth? You know what I'm talking about? It's like dental. It's like dental dam, but not for like.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like this.
Dental dam,
It's
but
like,
for your mouth. Jesus Christ. No, I'd save you. I'd save you.
Thanks, bro.
I don't know how to.
I'm glad that you would save me if I was dying. That is the threshold we're at.
A minimal bar that we're crossing over.
If you were to cease living, I guess I would intervene. Is where we're at.
Yeah, that would be that'd be like a bummer. I'd be like, damn. Like if that new Spider-Man game that's coming out got delayed, that would be slightly more of a bummer, I think, than if like I had watched you die.
Oh.
Slightly more.
Well, I mean,
I'm really looking forward to that new game.
I feel that. I can understand that.
Just kiss already. Someone earlier on said this new show is us on a date. Do we look like we're on a date?
I mean, I think there's flowers somewhere. I could get like a little centerpiece.
Jameson, are there flowers? Wait, no, don't go look. I don't need flowers. No, no. Jameson is so helpful and like good at his job that I joked, and he's like, well, maybe there are. He's like, maybe I can make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, like on the Paladin set, there's like some shit. I mean, it was like a Bomb King bomb.
Man, you know how hard it was when they called me in to do the Bomb King voice work? I had to do like a bunch of prep for that. I had to like write up lines. That was not easy.
When I did the Bomb King voice
You
work,
didn't though. That's so weird that he's coming in trying to steal credit for it after I've already said that it was me.
When I dreamt about doing the Bomb King
That
voice
sounds
work,
way more like
the way it happened was Andy Sexton said, hey, would you like to do the voice for Bomb King again? And I said, okay. And then he knocked on the door and then gave me a microphone and I went, I'm Bomb King! And that was it.
So in your video, the first time you did Bomb King's voice, he said, do you want to do it again?
There's Bomb King. Now we're on a date.
I guess so. What do you think's in these? You think that's like a literal shield potion? Or why would that ever be the right thing to do? How could that ever be the route we should take? Don't do this. This is a mistake.
Oh, it was a mistake.
It does not look good.
Oh, it was a mistake.
I got to cover for my co-host again. Anyway, Chang'e's fun because you literally can't miss with her ability. Oh, no, I don't.
You sure?
I really don't.
What do you think it is?
Ass.
Like just
juice.
There's like little floaters. Like there's like stuff in this.
Don't say floaters.
Look at that. It's like that is not delicious.
Chat's asking me. Chat's asking, why do we have fresh fruit on the set?
Here, look. Now we have a look at this.
I'm gonna start a timer on how long Thom wants to go down this road.
That's disgusting.
Just gonna start keeping track.
Oh! I looked at my phone.
Oh, you got a DM you're excited about?
No, I didn't. I saw a picture of Ron Jobbert.
Oh, that's sad. That you like talk to him.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yo, after this, going out.
No, it's actually I got detained at the airport. So I got detained at the airport. I was in Switzerland, I think, Zurich. I was in Switzerland, and you're going through this metal detector, and there's like, you know how when you're in American airports, when you're in the like thing, there's like the guy that's like this, you know, and he like there's the feet on the ground. And
I still haven't gotten enough of. What's he
this.
doing? Any more than that?
Like this, he does
Oh.
this, right? And you have to mimic the picture. Well, in Zurich, it was like this. And so I'm in the fucking thing, right? I'm in the thing and I'm like, going out! And they're like, no, do this. And I was like, going out! And they were like, shut up, do it without speaking. I was like, going out! Right? And they were like, you're a fucking pain in the ass. And then I got like, I walk out, I get my stuff, and I get my phone, and I go to take a picture of it. They're like, no! They start yelling at me in, is Swiss a language?
Well, where were you?
Switzerland?
I don't think he can speak Swiss. No.
Is Swiss a language?
I don't think he can speak.
Well,
Swiss.
they were yelling at me in
Swedish.
Hada. So
Is that true? You can speak Swedish?
Yeah, I guess so.
I thought it was just like a thing you put
they
in
like
chocolate.
yelled like a brief moment, and then they realized I had to be a dumb American, so they started screaming in English. They're like, "No pictures, no pictures!" Like 'cause it's a security zone.
Right.
But
and
I was
you are like a vague brownish color, like.
yeah, and essentially, trust me, yeah. And I was just like, my reasoning was, but going out, and they did not like that whatsoever. And yeah, no, they definitely did not like that. And they were like, come over here. And they were like, why are you taking pictures? And I was like, this would take too long to explain. Sure. And they were like, try me. And I was like, well, my friend has a series of funny pictures, and I tried to find them.
That we think are like only funny because we've insisted on it at this point, right? Like,
I pull up Ron's account, and I'm like,
oh, you took all my water. Great.
I'm like this.
Official Switzerland languages are French, German, Italian, and Romansh. Am I saying that right?
I'm like, I'll get there.
Romansh?
I'll get there. Romani, probably. I'll get there.
It's not spelled like that.
I'll get there.
Are you going to Dragon Con?
I wanted to.
Ah, bummer.
I wanted to. I mean,
Do you want to tell them if you are or not? You can tell them.
I mean, are you guys? If somebody can hook it up with a pass, I'm down to drink. I'm down.
That's a fair sentence. I'm generally down to drink. Right?
That is like if you can get me in, I'm down to party is an evergreen response from me.
Yes. Unlike Posh. You can't Posh all the time.
Well, Posh is an evergreen response from me as well.
That's true.
It's like, yo, what's up, man? Not much. What you doing later tonight? Posh.
Thom, you're weird in that you only like to do Conquest, right? When you play Smite.
Only
like you don't really go into any other, like you're like a Conquest diehard.
I don't play horse, I play basketball.
Right. So when you rarely venture out, what do you play? If you rarely venture, you don't ever?
No.
How many Assault games have you played?
So Assault I've played a few from when I was like learning the game.
Sure.
And my rule with Assault is if she's cute enough. I'm down. That's a terrible fucking phrase. Oh wow, that is not something that
it's already happened. It's out there in the ether. I didn't hear it.
That is not a sound clip.
No one knows what was said.
My point was with that game mode. Like I will play that game mode, right? If like you're a good friend of mine or like I'm attracted.
This all makes it worse. This 100% all makes it worse. But I totally get what you mean, right? There are times when you're with someone and you'll play a more casual mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're not
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Sometimes they're cute.
And so like I will go to the all random game mode in that scenario. I have never played a Clash. I
don't think Clash is that fun.
I wouldn't know. I casted a Clash tournament and had to have the rules printed out to me. Actually,
they're not.
You could pull up my my Smite Guru actually and see how many.
Yeah, Death Banner says 98% conquest. Yeah. That's absurd, by the way. That is absurd.
I mean, that's it. And the other 1.9% is ranked conquest.
Right. It's like the beginning of, it's like you created the account, you were like, what the hell's that Joust? And you just kind of went in and like, that's it.
No, I casted 3v3 Joust for like a year, so I never wanted to play it because I watched everybody play it.
Right.
And I was like, that's miserable.
Can I say while I have this soapbox, by the way, that old Joust it's just trash.
It is.
It's objectively trash. If you love it, I don't know if I even like you anymore. It's objectively bad.
1% arena, 1% other.
Why'd you go to arena?
Just other. I do not recall. Is this admitting to account sharing? When I was living with somebody, she would play Arena a lot.
Was she cute enough, or?
Let me check the viewer
Since that's
list.
apparently your barometer.
Let me check the viewer list real quick.
You actually can't. Oh wow, you actually are doing all right. Yeah. You're doing all right, my man.
Well,
what the hell?
I was just looking to see if Boston was here.
I didn't. Wait. Let me see.
You're in my chat.
Like some of y'all could go over to my. There's peeps in my chat too. All right, yeah, you're doing all right. I didn't even check the numbers. Producer, how we doing?
We have 6 viewers.
Just a thumbs up. I asked Jameson for a number. He gives me a thumbs up.
You're online. Just stop asking questions before you cry yourself to sleep tonight.
I'm trying to think of something that would be comparable to that, though, right? Like where you're like, I don't even know. I can't even think of anything comparable.
But no,
Classic Jameson.
Aubrey had her own account when we were living together. I don't know. Why did I play Arena? Because I actually like Arena is my least favorite. Like
yes.
So there's
I'm objectively worse at Arena. It's too open. Like I have a harder time aiming legitimately.
Well, we got Conquest, and then we have 4-man jungle siege because it's a siege monster. Listen, I really just play Conquest.
Sure.
So it's a siege monster.
Right.
Jameson's dying because these are rattling probably. But so there's a siege monster. So siege is like okay. I don't mind that.
Sure. It's kind of nice, like if you're duo queuing, because you get like your 2v2. You know, see, I like that.
Sure.
Do you do duo queue?
I actually don't.
You don't that often. You play alone a lot.
Yeah. That's.
We getting sad boy hours here.
Story of my life, actually.
Oh man.
No, all my friends. It's funny. Like my friends that I downloaded the game with. I'm like, yo, you want to play Smite? They're like, why would we do that? And they're incredibly supportive of me in my career.
Right.
Like, they're the people, they're my internet friends that like Nick Pie and Rock, I've been playing video games with forever, like literally since I was like 14. Yeah, they're just like, you still like, Smite's cool for you, dude.
Yeah. Enjoy yourself.
You want to play literally anything else?
Right.
And like, I still enjoy, like I still like play Mad Smite, like even off stream, I'll play Mad Smite. But yeah, no, Arena is kind of the worst because, so we ran an Arena tournament, the Alienware Arena tournament for like maybe $50,000 in 2014, 2015, something
Brag
like
about
that.
it.
I didn't get the $50,000, motherfucker. Omega and his team did, if I remember correctly.
Wow, Omega.
I think Anatoly actually got some of that shit. So Toly, dinner's on you. Anyway, it was the optimal way to play Arena is to not fight.
Right.
And last hit minions.
Yes.
Because for every last hit of a minion you get a ticket shaved off. And the goal is to, or so every minion that makes it into the portal, you get a ticket, right, take it away from you. And the goal is to get last hits and not die. Because if you die, you lose 5 tickets. Or 10, or 8, or some shit.
We've made it easier now. You can like see it as it happens, and like they had updated Arena. You can literally see the tickets going down in the game.
But so the optimal, so what was happening was it would be Guan Yu. There would be a player that played Guan Yu on one team and a player that played Hell on the other team, and all 4 people would sit back like this, and then the healers would go up, heal the minion, and then last hit, and that is what we want. Like me and Bart were sitting there like. 75 minutes into the game, there are 15 tickets left, and Omega is healing.
Jameson, when did we start this?
Like
210. 210?
It's like 310.
Good, we're doing good. Do you want to do a player draft? I didn't even ask you about this ahead of time.
Oh, what?
I'm going to ask you right now. Do you want to do like a player draft? Would that be fun?
A player draft?
Yeah, like you want to do like a team?
Oh, okay.
I didn't even ask you about this ahead of time. I just thought maybe you want to do it.
I mean, sure.
Did you want to prep for it? Because you're like.
I
know you don't watch Jersey Shore, but you're like Ronnie whenever Sam's around. That didn't work. That didn't land. That was a waste of time.
That wasn't one because I am familiar with Jersey Shore.
Are you?
Yeah, Snooki went to fucking.
But do you watch the show? I don't give a shit if you know them.
Like, I mean, so Jersey Shore was actually.
Tom's like, how do I make this into a name drop? By the fucking way.
Yeah, you know.
Can you answer my goddamn question?
Well, J-Wow's from Long Island.
Do you want to do a draft?
Snooki's from up.
Do you think that would be like fun? Do you think that would be a fun thing to do?
I mean, it would be a fun thing to do.
Cool. We've now been talking for about 45 seconds, and you haven't answered my question.
All right, yeah, I'm down. Let's end the show with a player draft.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm down.
JWoww best girl. That's facts. That's big facts, by the way.
I'm with it.
I watched the show because JWoww's like bae.
No, JWoww's pretty dope.
She also like handles herself really well. She's like a cool person, and I feel like the rest of them are like idiots.
Well, I mean, JWoww and Vinny were
Yes.
always the like two, and it's funny because like so that whole like Guido fucking big hair culture was very like Long Island early 2000s, which I wasn't a part of.
Sure.
But like that was who like it was running all the clubs on Long Island, and like that was always how it worked. It would be like a pack of like tequila infused Neanderthals, and then like one queen bee, king bee that would like actually be able to engage in conversation. And so when you would like, there's like a strip of bars called the Miracle Mile, where you go to hunting, whatever. When you wind up mix and matching different subcultures of young people on Long Island, that's what you would do. You would go like, oh, there's a hot girl, I want to talk to her. She's with the gaggle of Guidettes, and like you would say hello, and you would engage in the one that knew how to like speak like a person.
Right.
Yeah, it was a hard time.
Yeah, we'll do a mix. We'll do a mix chat. We'll like draft a mix. I'm gonna see if I can I slide this over there and they can like try and keep track of how we're drafting them. Will this work or will it look like? Oh, it's so impossible to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it works.
I think so. And I can like put down what we're doing. Thanks. That's a good touch. That sounded bad. Do you want a band? Do we do bands?
Yeah.
We'll do like 2 bands each. We'll do like 2 bands each. I'll go first.
No, we'll do the regular draft.
That's 2 bands each to start.
Yeah.
We're doing the regular draft. All right, I'll ban. I know who I want to ban.
Who?
Easy peasy. This is free.
Okay.
Freelo. Adapting.
Barracuda.
Let me wait. We got to keep track. Oh no, I was using the wide to like be able to see behind me.
Get wrecked.
Adapting. Barra, really?
Yeah. Well, we're going with fan vote, or are we going for just objective?
Oh, you're right. We're gonna ask the chat at the end to
Yeah.
say who has the better team.
So I'm banning Barra.
That's the biggest mistake, though. Now you banned Barra out of this. They're gonna blame you. They're gonna put that on you, my guy. All right, Barra. Okay, I'm gonna ban out. This is tough. Basket.
Yeah, it was gonna be my band.
Well, think harder then, guy.
I'm gonna ban.
I think
out,
first pick's OP, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ban out Jeff Henley.
How many people from each team can you have? As many as you want, I would say.
Yeah, fuck it. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna ban Jeff Henley.
Yeah, I'm not gonna draft a whole team. I don't think that'd be any fun. But yeah, you're so right, chat, that my man slept on my boy Yaman.
Damn it, that was gonna be my pick. Yaman was gonna be my pick.
Yaman's so good.
All
right. It doesn't look good with me constantly looking back. I'm just gonna figure it out.
I'm gonna pick. Well, Yaman was picked. Damn, that sucks.
Oh, can I pick Death Panther even though he's SML?
I was gonna pick Death Panther. That was gonna be my entire bid. I was gonna say the minor league is gonna be represented like Death Panther.
Get memed.
Oh,
I pick. You can still pick him.
Yeah, but like it was gonna be funny.
We can't look at chat. Chat's like giving us suggestions. I don't want to look at chat.
All right, so I'm gonna go zeros.
That's a strong pick.
I'm gonna go zeros, and I'm going to go. Adapting was banned.
Yes.
Scream.
That's a strong pick. I like that. I'm gonna take Cuvo, Fred, and I want Deathwalker.
That's a good one. Yeah,
I feel good about my team so far. It's all EU, by the way. Just notice that. Shadow Chair. Can you guys shut up? You guys think you could maybe shut up a bit?
I'm gonna go for Arkle.
Okay. That's a deep cut. I wouldn't have picked Arkle there. That's the first overall hunter, isn't it? Over Immo.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Bans again. Well, I guess this is smart. You can pick whoever you want and ban whoever you want now, right? So there's no chance I get Immo. All right. So I guess
Could you
you're...
scroll down?
Scroll down. Do I need to scroll it down? Thanks, Jameson. Like that? That's better? Yeah, that's better. Here, I'll even scooch a little bit. Can they see that at all? Chat, can you like see our names reasonably well? Cliz. Chat's memeing so hard. Am I first banned now in the second phase, or is it you? I'm trying to think of how, is it inverse? Because I think it's inverse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my bad.
Okay. You know what?
You have a mid laner, a jungler, and a solo. So
I need my whole duo.
You're hunting
yeah.
for a dual laner.
What do you still need?
I'm gonna ban out
You still need solo.
Polar Bear Mike.
Okay, PBM. All right, and I'm gonna ban out, and I'll type them in order like this. So you're banning PBM, And you still need. I'm gonna ban Benji.
I'm gonna ban Emilzy.
Benji, PBM. Yeah, Emilzy, that's a good ban. And I'm gonna ban out. This is tough. No lie, dude.
You banned Benji. That's a great ban.
I'm banning out Maniac also.
Okay.
And I think my solo lane is now free. Who did you ban? Oh, Emilzy.
Yeah.
So Maniac and then Emilzy.
That was gonna be my thing. Solo laner.
Have you seen his caster pick though? It's from when he lost his juice bucks. Oh, aggression. You guys are so dumb. Ban Collis. Chat, I would have forgotten Collis. You got to be mad at your chat. I would have forgotten Collis. Thank you, chat, for bailing your boy out. Do you think Collis can play solo?
I need a solo laner.
Yeah, it's tougher now, huh?
Oh, who am I going to pick for the solo lane? Who's available? Zalia's available.
Fine is still available.
Fine OK is available.
Aqua is still very strong solo.
Aquarius is available.
Yeah.
Who like literally who else is on the
You can still do. I'm trying to.
I take wolves.
Like console wolves?
Yes.
Really?
He's
the best on console.
I'm taking wolves.
Okay.
I'm dead ass taking wolves.
Okay, he's the best.
Dead ass taking wolves.
All right, well I'm gonna take Collis here. Isn't that how he stylizes his name? That's actually like low key not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm dead ass taking wolves.
He's definitely the best on console. More wolves. Okay. How is he gonna play?
Fantastic.
No. Do you want to have him like? Do you want to have a controller? Or do you
Whatever
use
he's more comfortable with.
Whatever. Okay. That's funny. I banned Benji, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Benji's one of my bands. Yeah, Benji's one of my bands, chat.
And then, so who's your?
You took wolves as your first. I need to do two, right?
Yes.
I need to do my dual
You need a
lane.
hunter.
Who's after my hunter? I can't. Did you ban Immel?
No. And my support is Dardes.
That's a good support.
Can you make your picks bold?
Yes. So they're differentiated. Okay. These three are all picks, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know where bold is.
Control B.
Ooh. Big plays. And then these two down here should all be picks.
I think I win, dog. I think I win, dog. You got Yaman. Yaman's really scary to me. I'm not really worried about your dual lane, real talk.
You're not worried about a Collis Immel dual lane?
You ain't worried about Dardes Arkle?
No.
Bruh.
No, I'm not.
Bruh.
Finch greater than Thom. Chat, all right, go ahead and have your votes coming in. We can debate them a little bit, but just like put your votes in whichever chat you're in so we can know who y'all thought was the one that came out on top.
I'm confident. I like
Here's
wolves.
where I'm worried about your team. Scream is sick in the jungle. I think Zeros definitely can hold his own with Yaman. I think Deathwalker deletes wolves from the game.
I don't think.
I think that he selects tools, deletes my boy, your boy Wolves.
I don't think so.
I think Wolves is the best on console, and I don't know how that translates to PC.
I think there is a skill gap between Deathwalker and Wolves, but I don't think it's as large as you're implying. And I think Wolves is a great team fighter as well.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Odin selections more so than the Cucullin selections, and I think jobs like that will make Wolves kind of step up with the rest of the squad.
So, like in fantasy, they do like a buy roll, right? So I think that Yaman and Zeros is close enough to be a push.
Yep.
Cuvo Scream, I think that's close to push
yeah,
too.
push.
I think I take Deathwalker over Wolves pretty freely. I think Arkle Immel's close, and Dardes Collis is close too. I think that it's closer than I'm making it sound. I don't think you got like tremendously outdrafted. I think that the solo lane, if that was a little bit better, this would be much closer. Because Dardes Collis might even be Dardes, really. I might even give that Dardes.
I do give it to Dardes, actually. Yeah. Dardes is Mouse. Mouse is a pretty good team, but I think Dardes is better than the sum of his parts.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a lot going on with that tick. All right, let's go through. I'm seeing a lot of Finch in chat. Collis, Immel, dual lane is scary. You're 100% correct. Finch has Yaman and Immel. Yeah, that's kind of all it takes.
Yeah.
It's very strong. There's some Thom in here, though. I'm seeing some Thom votes.
Yaman is the scary part. I think Yaman is the best player in the world right now.
Me too. I think so.
And I have said that for a long fucking time, actually.
I was on the Baskin train a little bit in that time period, but I think that Yaman definitely is winning it on like consistency.
Yaman rolled up the finals and was like, "Yo, yeehaw," and played some Chiron and made everybody go, "What is that god?" And he was like, and just fucking won worlds. Like,
yeah.
Yaman has been. I've been saying Yaman's the GOAT for a long time, and I don't know. I think Yaman is the best player in Smite.
Deathwalker is too troll to take this seriously. I hadn't considered that.
That's actually, if this match were to happen in real life and we're like really taking in all variables,
that might legitimately be true.
And on the flip side, Wolves is gonna play his fucking ass off because he's the console kid,
Right.
like drafted up here,
That's
and
fair.
he's like, I gotta do it for the family.
But if we're gonna count in trolls, you have Scream. Like, yeah, Scream. He's gonna build Wingblade.
But Scream's idea of trolling is like picking Bastet and going 20-1.
Is it, bro?
Well, Scream is a troll, but Scream.
He
needs
bought
to
last
win.
item Lonos, didn't he? Over Urchin or
Scream
Mantle.
needs to win. That's the thing.
Sure.
Scream's ego is the size. Scream. So Yaman might be the best player in the game. Scream's ego is the biggest in the game.
Yes.
And he needs to win to
Maybe
keep that ego afloat.
You're right.
And so I think that his mentality with Wolves, yeah.
I think what would happen is Scream would maybe troll for like 8 minutes, and then he'd be like, I'd like to win now. And then hopefully we're not too far ahead and Scream can like recover. But I think he'd probably troll for some of that in there. But okay, I like that. That was good. I had fun with that draft.
That was fun. That was fun.
We'll like maybe do some drafts with like more restrictions or something in the future.
Yeah, it could be
like,
cool.
like EU or NA or something like that, or minor or console. That definitely could be fun. But Tom, I want to keep doing this. You want to go on another date since chat's memeing us?
No.
Cool. I'll just get on Plenty of Fish then. Farmers only, and see what's out there for me.
Yeah, no, I'm down.
What's that thumb look? You don't think I could farm on Farmers only? I didn't even mean that.
Oh,
man, that was
farming
rough.
likes on Farmers Only.
I didn't even mean
You're
that.
just farming them likes, bruh.
What do you think they get? What do you accrue on Farmers Only? Is it upvotes? Dings?
All those things, like, right? When you go to like OkCupid, you like send somebody a heart, right? When you
Like if it's on Tinder, it's just matches, right? You want to like farm matches.
But I mean, like if there's a branding, I mean, maybe you send somebody like a bale of hay, right? And it's just like, I'm attracted to you. Here you go. And like
that's where he makes his hay.
And
am
like
I right?
in your inbox, it's a bale of hay. It's like, oh, like Michael has sent you a bale of hay.
Yeah, but if you're like inundated in the farming community, wouldn't a bale of hay be like the most entry level shit? Like, and you'd like scoff at that?
I suppose. So yeah, okay. So instead, it's like in your inbox from Michael is a John Deere HD 7654, and you're like,
right, and you're like, that's a good model.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. I mean, it's got nothing on the 7653, which is the older version.
Well, I mean, it depends on how much you're dealing with. Like, how many units are you trying to actually like deal with? If we're talking about doing
we should cut.
No, come back into frame.
Oh.
I'm saying that if we're doing low quantity but high quality, then I'd rather the 3. But if we're trying to just take care of as much as we can, then I'm going with that 4 model.
Are we talking about the show yet? Or are we still talking about the John Deere?
Yes.
Yeah. You should close the show. Tell everybody. So here, you should tell everybody that we're going to do this every
Saturdays.
Saturday.
We're gonna try and do them at 1. I think is the idea, right?
I think we get here at 1 and we go live at 2.
Get here at 1, go live at 2. Okay.
Well, actually, we'll probably have less setup.
It depends. Let's not pretend.
what do you think,
We
James?
made Jameson do like 98% of the setup.
That's fair. I had a meeting to go to last night. Other than that, I would have been here late night as well.
Sure.
So I mean, if this requires extra setup in the like, what are you thinking? Like, get here at 1, go live at 2, get here earlier.
He's giving
go
us a
live at
thumbs
1.
up. He's giving us a thumbs up, but he's not 100%
So
engaged.
so you have little.
He's mostly in.
Whatever you want to do.
Oh, is that really going out? Oh,
right,
thank you,
sweet.
Jameson.
Little input.
Do you all care in chat too? If y'all have anything there that might work better for you, let us know too. But
So-
we'll slightly consider that.
So
but, yeah,
like
but
weekly,
we'll do that weekly.
Saturday, either 1 or 2.
Yep.
For like an hour-ish.
Yeah.
We go live on our channels. Where are we gonna put this afterwards?
Put it on YouTube. You can come to my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what my YouTube channel is called.
Well, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/FLive.
You definitely plugged it a few times. Yeah. I think mine's just Finch.
That's actually really dope.
Yeah, I think my YouTube channel is just Finch, by the way. So I'll put it up there so y'all can watch if you haven't seen it. We can have the links, in our streams and everything too, so you'll be able to come right to it. If there's anything in particular you want us to talk to throughout the weeks, come in our streams, let us know, hit us up, or whatever. We'll try to hit those topics as well. And Tom, you're a big fan of call-ins. Is that something you want to work on having?
Call-ins were really sick when we were doing them on whatever the hell I used to call my show. That is honestly, I'm down.
Yep.
There's a lot of moving parts there.
Sure, we'll work on it, but
that's a Jameson question.
Yep.
I think the show worked kind of fine as is with us looking at chat.
That's it.
But I'm down. Yeah, sure.
So there's a lot of stuff we want to try and keep doing in the future. Lots of cool stuff happening in the SPL, so make sure you're checking it, back and forth with us on the SPL and all that stuff as well. So we'll be back next Saturday, same time, trying to keep this rocking. Maybe not the exact same time, 1 or 2, somewhere around there.
It's the worst sign-off.
And we'll have a talk.
We'll have a talk. No, don't go yet. Don't go yet. No. We'll have a talk.
You don't think we'll talk?
No, it's a miserable.
Give
no.
me your sign off then. Go ahead. What's your sign off?
All right, so this was a lot of fun. John and I had a lot of conversations. We're gonna.
I'm a conductor of a train.
Bitch, I'm doing the sign off. Let me do the sign off.
Sure. Yeah.
John and I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of conversations, some relevant, some not, but that's going to be the case for it. And fake laugh with me. Fake laugh with me.
Oh, man. Oh.
Ha, ha, ha. Open your mouth.
Nice sign off. Here's now Finch's take 2 on the side up. Again, I really do appreciate everybody coming out to watch the show. We'll be back again next Saturday, so check either High Res Finch or F Swag for the stream. And again, thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
We'll have a talk.